My ex-wife, at the 6-8 week mark, she's just like, look, I got to do this. I'm sorry. And I love you and I'll always love you. And it sucks. And I'm so sorry to do this, but this is how it has to be. I've got people who need me. I got shit I got to do. I'm sorry.
So did she surprise you kind of out of the blue with that?
We'd had a couple of years of the last 2 years was not perfect. And, man, I probably should never even say this publicly, but I think she'd forgive me. And even if she doesn't, we're divorced now, so I don't have to worry about it. But we're in a loop in which my anxiety was so bad that she was kind of walking on eggshells all the time because she was afraid of scaring me, upsetting me, hurting me. And that the way she reacted to my anxiety was very frequently with fight or flight. And for her, that mostly meant fight. So I would become anxious over something. And when I become anxious, I'd become a little angry. I'd become a little edgy. Not abusive or any stretch of the imagination, but just like I need to focus on this right now. I need to be left alone. Let me focus on this.
Yeah.
Right? And that would be enough to make her feel bad. And then when she would feel bad, she would become angry or upset or anxious or sad or whatever. And so then that would make me feel more anxious. And that would make her feel more anxious. And so we ended up like this
I know exactly what you
effect,
mean.
Right? And so what we really needed to do, honestly, to save it about a year ago, or a year and a half ago, we needed to start intense therapy. We needed to separate a little bit and not be as codependent and find that space again between us. And we weren't able to do that because she was my physical caretaker.
Interesting.
Right? So we didn't have that option. And that's just what killed it. And like you can have every theory in the world about my ex-wife left, and you can have every theory in the world that she cheated on me or she's only there for the money or anything like that. But none of it's true. It all just really comes down to
It sounds like it wasn't good.
Yeah. My morbid obesity and my morbid obesity killed our marriage. And my bad eating habits and my shitty decisions that led me to that lifestyle, it just killed our marriage. And that's it. And, I could be as mad at her as I wanted to be, but, she could easily left in July when we first started talking about it before I got the surgery, leaving me to a point where I could have never got it.
Yeah.
But instead, she buckled down and she did her wifely duty and carried me through
That's
it.
nice.
Yeah,
That's
that's
nice. You're giving her a lot of credit. And
right.
I think
And
it's nice.
and I'll be honest, when she finally had to leave, I was still recovering from surgery. That's true. And if she could have made another 3 to 6 months, that would have been great. But she couldn't. And that's fine. She made it as long as she did. And boy, that was more than I think I deserve. So I don't know. It's hard to be upset because she told me, she told me, she's like, one of these days you're going to thank me for leaving. I'm like, bullshit. You're full of shit. But about 3 months ago, I hit that point. I was like, she was right. She's happier. I'm happier. I'm recovering still. Everything's going okay. Everything's going great for her. And this was the right move. And I'm glad that she did it because all I ever really wanted at the first was for her to be happy. God, I'm getting emotional. I'm sorry. All I really wanted for her was to be happy. And I'm like, if you need to go, then go. I'm not going to fight you on it. Let me cut you a nice big check. You just go and take care of your life, and that's fine. And I wasn't worried about me. I wasn't thinking about me. I was just thinking about her. And I think sometimes in a marriage, maybe that becomes natural to do that. Like I'm just mostly worried about the person that's worried about me. And I wasn't taking into account that she wasn't worrying about me anymore, that she was, pulling out. But anyway, and then I discovered I was happy. And I'm like, wow, this is really weird. And I probably shouldn't be right now, but I'm like up and walking and meeting people and hanging out and having new experiences and traveling the country and making plenty of money and have this wonderful audience that's so dedicated to me. And they're there for me every night on Twitter when I feel alone. And they're there every night whenever, I need that shit when I'm on stream. And I'm just like, what do I have to be pissed off about? Right? Like my life is really good and it's better than it's ever been.
Yeah.
So fuck it. Why be mad? What's the point?
Was it like a 50% divorce kind of situation?
Yeah, that's how it works in Arkansas. And so like she's legally entitled to 50% of everything we own, like stocks and bonds and whatever.
Was that messy?
It really wasn't. We talked about it one day, and she agreed to stay like for another month to make sure everything was great, and we gave it our best effort in that month to see what she'd be missing. Yeah. And we slept in the same bed. We were very close during that month. It was great. But one day we're talking about money, and I'm like, "What do you want?" She's like, "I want what's fair."
She said, "I want."
She's
what's
like,
fair.
"I want what's fair."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's reasonable, but what is fair? Like, do I give you a lump sum? Do you want alimony?" And she's like, "I don't know. I don't think I want alimony." I'm like, "Well, honey,
what's alimony?"
Alimony is where you continue to pay after you're married.
Because you owe, or because you're trying to maintain?
She could have made an argument. So the argument often for women is, I need to maintain that lifestyle,
Right.
especially if there's kids involved, and there's no kids involved.
Yeah.
But she could have also made the argument that she helped build the business.
Sure.
And she never even attempted it, never even thought
Never
about
played
it.
dirty.
Right. And like one day I was like, even if you ask for alimony, I am the business. You can't own half of me. And she's like, that's a good thing I don't want it then, huh? And she's like, I want enough to where I know I'm going to be taken care of for a good while. That's all I worry about. And I'm like, okay. So she gave me a number, and I'm like, but that's not half. And she's like,
What do you mean it's not half? It's more?
It wasn't half of what we were worth.
It was less.
It was less. And so I talked to my lawyer, and I'm like, what do? Do I just give her that amount? He goes, you should round it up. You should make sure it's half, so she has no recourse moving forward.
Just to be clear.
Right? And I'm like, all right, so that's what you asked for. Here's what you're actually getting. And she's like, well, okay, thank you. And she never questioned it. I'm like, that's not what we're worth. We're worth more. Let me show you the numbers. Let's sit down. Let me show you everything. And then this is what you're going to get. Are you happy with that?
Do you own your house?
Yeah.
So you're factoring in like the value of your home.
Right. So like I
all
had to
your
buy her out of
assets.
the equity of
Damn.
that we put into the house, right? And had to then there was all the liquid cash and stuff.
Right.
And then like when it came to like I have some money in crypto, not a lot. I'm not one of these crypto millionaires. But I was like, when we were doing mediation, I'm like, so what about the crypto? And she's like, it's so volatile. Don't worry about it.
That's kind of true.
And I'm like, okay.
You give her half a crypto and you're going to be broke.
Right, yeah. And she's like, it's so volatile. Don't worry about it. You can keep that. And I'll let that be your nest egg. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too.
Sounds like she was a real
She really was, man. Like
real sport about it.
And that's the worst part about it. She said something once. She's like, the key to doing this is to leave when I still love you.
Damn.
And I'm like, but honey, that's why you stay. Like that's what you fight for, because we do love each other. And it's just like, I know that. But here's the thing, it's not working. Right? And love is not going to fix that,
we hate
right?
each other.
It's just not going to work. And eventually we're going to be better. Eventually we're going to be angry at each other. Or eventually we're going to be at each other's throats. And I don't want to do that. And you don't want to do that. You can't survive that, Steve, as fragile as you are. So let's not do that, okay? I'm going to leave while I still love you. And that way it can be good. And we can remain friends. And we still talk, And,
That's really sweet,
yeah.
honestly.
And it's, I mean.
Sure, it was heartbreaking
Shit,
at the
was
time, but
so hard for both of us. Oh, God. I think harder for her at times, because she's the one having to pull off the bandage or pull off the Band-Aid. God help her.
Right.
But she's recovering well, and I'm proud of her. And
what's
I'm glad.
how was the process of actually getting divorced? It seems so messy. Did you both have an attorney?
So quick and easy,
So
actually.
you guys had the rare, beautiful, everybody's.
Yeah, it was basically like we could have waited 18 months, but neither of us wanted to. And so we went to our lawyer and we're like, so.
You had one lawyer.
Yeah, so we went with a mediator.
Okay.
And we're like, so how do we do this quickly? And he goes, well, she'll sign away her rights to appear in court. She can go back to Michigan, and then you
No
can stay
court,
here.
no
and-
nothing.
Yeah, you can be there for 30 seconds. The judge will sign your piece of paper. You're good. And I sued her for divorce because it was just more convenient that way.
What's this whole thing about?
Sue?
Yeah, this is
Right,
the weird
right.
thing. You
Really?
You have to actually
you
sue for divorce.
petition for divorce, and you list your grievances, right?
That's
Yeah.
so weird.
And so the grievance we went with in the state of Arkansas was there was an indignity that made the marriage not possible to continue. And
Whose
so
indignity?
just like something like, I guess if someone cheated on somebody or somebody physically beat somebody or
But
something
that
like
didn't
that.
happen, did it?
No, nothing like that happened. So the indignity, when the judge asked me what the indignity was, I said, she asked for a divorce.
That's the indignity.
And that was the indignity that I could not survive.
Yeah.
She wanted to leave, and I
And
said,
therefore I have to divorce
And therefore
her,
I'm going to
'cause she
have to sue her
offended
for
me so
divorce.
much.
She offended me so much that I want to be divorced because she wants to be.
What happens if you just want to get a divorce? Why does it have to be
You
so?
can't do that in the state of Arkansas. They don't want you getting divorced in the state of Arkansas. They
Good
want you to take
old-fashioned
your
boys.
unions very fucking serious.
Oh, really?
So, like, as I understand it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because you've been through it, but like, if a husband cheats on a wife, she can sue him for divorce for cheating, and so she gets a better settlement
Right.
in the divorce.
Right. And in the state of Arkansas, they told me that I did not want it to appear in front of a lawyer because the judges in the state of Arkansas start at 50%. And then they go
Really?
higher for the woman.
Crazy.
Right. They're like, without a doubt.
Over 50%.
Over
seems
50%
fucked.
for women. Every time in the state of Arkansas.
That's
and she knew that.
crazy.
Surely if she consulted with a single lawyer, he'd have been like, we can get 89% of what he's worth.
Whoa.
Yeah.